EB02 King, a leader that I really like and wanted to work. We got a little bit new support with Sanji Pudding because it's actually searchable with one of our events. So really interesting way to play on curve for King. Not the best leader, but definitely a fun one to check out and one that I've enjoyed and wanted to make work for a while, right? If you can tell by the list name, it's set 11 King, right? Because I had a list very similar to this for set 11, utilizing the Kuzan to kind of consistently KO blue-purple Luffy's board with Jack, or, you know, Kaido on a falling turn, or even Big Mom, right? It can be a nice follow-up to a Kuzan on the board, being able to heal anything to your opponent's life, remove any body, essentially. But I wanted to utilize Sanji Pudding because it's a really nice card. But before we get into it, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you enjoy these deck profiles, and if you want to support me, check out the links in the description. I've got a TCG player affiliate link if you guys are buying any cards for the game, any product. I've also got a coupon code for Nen Garden Straw Hat Pecan for 5% off any of their play mats, desk mats, or anything, right? They got stickers as well, pretty dope stuff. I've used their Whole Cake Island playmat in my locals videos before, very nice stuff. So yeah, check it out in the description if you want to support me. But let's get into this really quickly. If you don't know King, he's purple black, 5k power, 4 life leader, active in main once per turn. We don -2, you can choose one of the following. If your hand is 5 or less, you can draw one, which is a very nice late game, right? Most of the time, once we have our board kind of established, especially if you have Kuzan already, you can just use that after you play out any big body to draw another card, and most of the time that don -2 doesn't affect you once you're at 10 don. Or you can give one of your opponent's characters -2 cost. So very nice for Kaido to be able to trash a 9 cost, or with the Jack to KO a 5 cost without anything else on the board. Getting to, we got 4 Sanji Pudding, 4 X-Drake, 4 Brulee, 4 Linlin, 4 Black Maria, 4 Queen, 4 Kuzan, 3 of the Kaido, 4 Queen Searchers, 4 Sasaki, 2k counters, 3 Jack. We got 4 of the Dual Searcher for Big Mom Pirates or Animal Kingdom, and 4 Onigashima. So going first, our curve is pretty simple. On 1 don, hopefully you have a Searcher, you know, Queen or our event. 3 don, we want to play our stage. 5 don, it's really nice to get out of that Sanji Pudding. You of course won't get the on play draw. However, on 7 don, if you have Jack, playing out Jack with leader ability, we can KO a 5 cost, and then you'll get those 2 don back from 1 being Sanji Pudding, which you get back active, which is really nice, and 1 from stage. And then of course, once we get to 9 don, you can hit a Linlin or Kaido on the board, and it just is very strong. Well, of course, we're going to be ramping all that way if you get your stage, right? So your 3 don turn will be 4 don, then it'll be 6, so you can actually just swing a little bit higher with leader while you're playing on your Sanji Pudding, or do another search to help you find your Jack, right? Going second, obviously you can do around the same thing, but you know, you can maybe hit 2 searchers on your 2 don, 4 don. Brulee is a backup in terms of ramp, and a good way to defend your life, being a blocker, obviously. If you don't find your stage on 4 don, Brulee is another ramp option. Currently, there's not a lot of matchups that I would feel too comfortable playing out the 10 cost Kuzan in. Since we're a 4 life leader, you can be quite fragile in terms of going against aggro matches. That's why I wanted to run the Brulee blocker. We're running 12 2Ks, I think 12 1K counters, and you know, the Linlin at 4 copies just to heal, right? Because again, if you're going against green purple Luffy, it's nice that we can get rid of some of his bodies with like Jack and leader ability, but healing is also going to be a very nice aspect of it. Kuzan mainly comes into play into slower matches, and of course in set 11, very nice against blue-purple Luffy. But yeah, that's the deck list. I've been having some fun with it. Let's get into some games, check it out, and I'll go over more card details throughout the matches. We got Oden, interesting. 6k leader will be a little bit tricky. We are going first. I'd say this is decent, except Queen can't find a Sanji pudding, but it can find a stage. So we'll search. We do find stage, and we don't bottom deck any Sanji pudding, which is nice. And we'll just pass. Momo, nice to get the Queen out so we can swing into the Momo. And he picks up Denjiro. All right, let's go Queen to Momo. Sounds like I'm playing chess. Queen to Momo. Queen, attack that child. Haha. It's a bit of bullying, but it's okay. What trigger did he? Maybe got a Radical Beam. That's what I couldn't think of the name. At least we'll be able to play out Jack. Maybe KO something they have. I'm gonna play a lot of 5 costs, so we'll have to use leader ability consistently with Jack unless we get like a Kuzan. For Dawn, they could turn leader ability on with the Hiyori. Yep, that's your best bet. Oh, but the 2K Yamato, we got a 2K. There could be better ones, right? Let's see, do we find the Sanji pudding? We do not. So 10 cards deep, haven't found Sanji pudding, +1 life. Does hurt, but we can always just play long game and heal a few times. My goodness. I could play out X-Drake. I can search as well. Let's ramp. I don't think I need to. I could also play out Sasaki because he minuses 2. So then I don't have to use lead ability. Let's just search when we find like a Brule. Queen. We get another 2K. Then we might just pick up another 2K. Sure. And then we'll go 8 because we just have to play him out. But yeah, the Yamato 2K counter is like, it's nice that he got the lead ability on, obviously, but it could have been a lot worse for us. It could have been an Izo, which 5 Dawn attaches a Dawn to leader, and then it's a 5/7. He does counter out. Ooh, the Bonnie. Interesting. Let's play out Sasaki and pass. So we can 9 Mom next turn. However, I think we can play out Jack first, I want to say. Because with Sasaki, we can KO anything. Well, not anything, but a 5 cost, which he's going to play out Dendro. Okay, we can get rid of that. And then maybe swing into the Yamato if he swings with him. Maybe not, though. Honestly, in this kind of matchup, I wouldn't be opposed to, on his side, leaving 1 standing. So, well, also just pressuring me. We'll give a 2K that we searched up so he doesn't have any hand knowledge. Does he have a rad beam? Or a guard point? Let's rest you and you. So you're a 3. And we'll play out Jack. UC. And then we'll trash Jack, KO. A hand's too big. So I can't use lead ability. We'll go 6 into the Yamato. He doesn't have... Well, the Rad Beam would save it anyway, but he still had 3 life, so it wouldn't be like the full power. So maybe he doesn't want to use it. But yeah, now we'll be at 10 Dawn, so if Sasaki lives, which I imagine he doesn't, we can KO anything, really. Kuzan would be really nice. We did bottom deck 1 with one of the searches, but still at a 4 of, we might see him. Yeah, I think Sasaki will probably eat up one of the swings, which is good because he could play out the Rush Yamato, which is a lot of aggression. Another 7K swing would be pretty bad, even though we have a decent amount of counter, a lot of 2Ks. And then of course we have the 9 Mom, which can hit most anything in his deck, unless it's a Hody or I guess the Bonnie, which you know, he had. But he just plays out the Ezo, which is good for us. I mean, we'll probably only get hit once. So yeah, I really love this deck. I love Oden. Ton of fun. 7 and then another 7. Oh, he's just going to face. We'll go, because this will be a 7k swing with 1 Don attached, or he could be going 8. We'll go 2 and 1. If he doesn't KO my Sasaki, then I get to just remove both things. Yeah, okay. And we can trash the stage for, yep. So we'll go here. It doesn't really matter which one I do it on. Draw, trash the stage, KO you. I guess I'll KO the, trash the Kaido. So we'll go here, trash. Sanji Pudding, I guess we have less use for it. Boom, and then we get to draw a card, and then go back up. Rested Dawn, so we'll be at 10 again. Yay. So yeah, really, really good when Sasaki gets to live. This really helps us use the draw aspect of the leader ability rather than the minus, which can help for their hand size. Obviously, we drew into another brick, so if he chooses to keep just going at face, it could be rough for us, but I don't imagine he plays out 2 rush cards, and we still do have 2 2Ks, I guess. Oh, okay. I need to protect Jack because I can Kuzan here and KO. We'll see. Does he just go for fit? He's just going at my face. We'll take. Got a Brule. I think we can get out of the. We'll get out of the 7. I'm imagining he just leaves up a Don. Yeah. We'll go 2-1. I could just play out the 10 drop, which is kind of what I want to, because then I can KO it with Jack, and then I can kind of just go from there. But then if he plays out another, I could 9 mom it too, but that's really prolonging it. We'll play out the Kuzan. We'll trash the Sanji Pudding, trash the dragon. Luckily for us, he didn't get leader ability on, so we can connect with this 5k swing. And then swing 9. So we're in trouble for rush. However, draw card. We got a 1k counter, so we can get out of a 9k swing. Rest stage for fun. So if he has the Yamato, I think we can get out of this. We'll see if does he live a Dawn open too, because he definitely has a counter event. I don't want to like extremely prolong the game. 9 at us. This can attach to characters, right? Just a Dawn to your leader. Okay, so that's going to be a 9k as well. Ooh. We'll take. He might just, who knows? No, okay, 9, and then we'll, perfect counter since we got a brick from that. I imagine, yeah, if he had the rad beam, so he didn't leave up any Dawn for it. He did have a lot of counter, not gonna lie, because that's 2 2Ks, 1k, and another 1k because of leader ability. But he ended up having 2 bricks from life, so that's unfortunate. But we had 4 swings, and they're pretty big bodies. Yeah, King, the way I'm like trying to play it is like almost like a slower removal deck, but we kind of counterbalance the slower aspect by having the ramp in there. But then it kind of gets thrown off when we don't find stage super early and Sanji Pudding, right? It's like you kind of need to see your perfect curve to have a chance, but you know, as long as you don't get overwhelmed, you can kind of stabilize here. Like we had another 9 mom, we would have been able to go another turn with, right? We got Shanks. We'll go first, even though it doesn't feel great, but we actually have a really great hand. We could have salvaged the Sasaki. I think we might. What, is he gonna pop it? We won't be using it for like an ample amount of turns, so I think I'll keep it in hand just in case. We also card to consider, definitely like a zero cost event. Interesting. I have not seen a lot of people using the stage. One of your opponent's characters minus 1,000 power for this turn, so we could be just playing the control. Do you want a card to your hand? Fair enough. You know, sometimes, even though he can get out of the swing, right? You never know if your opponent just has a really bad hand. Maybe they want the card to their the resource, right? Maybe they do. I don't know. He gets a Yasop. So that's going to be... we'll counter 1. Pongo. Okay. Luckily for me, I can swing 6 now. He takes. We'll ramp. Not that it was going to matter, right? We were already ahead of him in Dawn, so we would have been able to draw from Sanji Pudding anyway. But now we're 2 Dawn ahead, so we can use Jack, KO anything he plays out. If he plays out the Yasop, we might KO the Hongo. We'll take this swing. Another Sasaki 2K. Okay, I could have established the Sasaki, which would have been all right, but let's see. We'll play out Jack. We actually get to use our leader ability to draw, which is kind of nice. So let's do that. Turn 2, draw a card, get an active Dawn back, because then we can use stage to get another one. And let's go here, draw another. We have nothing but 2Ks, so we'll get rid of 1 2K, get rid of you. And then we'll swing 7 and 8. I could establish... We'll see if he uses lead ability. Okay, he didn't. I could have established Ace Sasaki as well, because that gives him another threat to worry about on board. Right, something else to consider. Because then on 10 Dawn, with Sasaki and leader ability, we can kind of KO anything, but we're also just ahead of him in Dawn still. So any 8 costs, we would have been able to KO with Kaido anyway. But depending on what he plays out, he's in a weird position because he can't use Rayleigh to kill the Sanji Pudding. He could just swing into it afterwards, but we have enough counter, I think. Maybe he Ben Beckman's. Ooh, that'd be rough for me. But then I'd have to use the Sanji. Well, we have another Sanji Pudding to play out. Ooh, okay. Interesting. We'll go with 2K. Use a stage. Okay, he's going to Ben Beckman. Okay, fair enough. I guess we can Kaido because that's a really big threat for him to deal with. And then we can draw a card. Am I ever going to be able to play a second Sanji Pudding if I do that? I don't think so, but let's go here. We don't even need to use anything. We can use leader ability first, right? Draw a card, gain an active back, stage, got a Brulee. Let's pitch you, trash you. He has to trash a card. Okay, we'll go 5 at life. I'm hoping he counters, he uses lead ability. Okay, so then we'll go 9 into Yasop. And hopefully he doesn't have the 2Ks. Cool. Then we'll pass. So now we just have a 9K to kind of swing at him. And we still do have Sasaki. So if he plays out a 10 drop, ooh, hurts, but that's fine because we can get rid of that 10 drop with our combo. Let's see. I think we'll take 9 Mom. We'll play out you. We will rest. Boom. All right, so he is an 8. We'll go here, down minus. Go here, get an active, gain, use effect. I don't want to be greedy, but I kind of think I might want to save the big mom. Okay. And then we'll just try to pressure his life. He takes the 6. Does he take the 7? Yeah, definitely Jack is a very annoying card to like deal with and definitely wants to get rid of, but I wonder if he got rid of the Sanji pudding, would that have hurt me more in the long run? I did end up having another Sanji pudding anyway that I would have probably had to play out, but that means I wouldn't have played out my Kaido for one of the turns. Ooh. We'll take. We don't have enough to defend a 12 and a 6, right? Even if I trash the 1k, it didn't trash the 1k. Oh, but also he can just use, yeah, right? So, just gotta let that go. Well, I don't think we're gonna win on this turn, obviously, because we don't have a rush card. We can try and get him down to 1 life or 2 life, and then heal. Do I need to worry about the Uta? Hopefully not. 2Ks. 8. Okay. And we'll go here. Trash, trash, gain, do nothing. Gain arrested because we're going to use leader ability. Draw a card. We got a 2K. Perfect. Okay, so I think we're good. Like, even if he plays out a dragon, we should be good. We have 3 2Ks, 2 1Ks. If he clears this... Only 5 in hand. I don't think there's a way that he can clear both, to be honest. If he swings just 5 at us. Like I said, I think we should be good from rush. And we got another 2K. So I think we're guaranteed to be good from... Because we can get out of a 12. Yeah, 7. 7, 9, 11, 12. Yeah, we can get out of a 12. And we can draw another 2K? Yeah, 2K. Perfect. Yeah, we have plenty enough. We can get out of a 12. Did I count out the wrong card? I didn't mean to like over counter there. I think I clicked the wrong card. But yes. Okay. Whew. It is always scary going down to 0 life when he has like all 10 Dana, but when you know you have... he still has a lot of counter. Or, yeah, potential. So, that's a 7. Let's go. 12. Yeah, I kind of forgot about the 2 minus. We could be screwed here, actually. We could die here. I don't want to die because of my own miscounter. I really hope I don't. But he was... I don't know. He did go through a decent amount of 2Ks already. 12. He would have to have all 2Ks. Which, whew, thank goodness. I almost messed up because of the -2. That is kind of crazy. We got Dofi. We'll take first, so that's good for us. Sanji pudding is nice, of course. 2 2Ks. I'm tempted to not mulligan, but I will. Okay. Well, that made it worse. It made it way worse, I think. The Linlin actually is kind of a really good piece against Dofi. Right? We can get rid of anything he kind of plays out while healing. I was just hoping to try and find a Jack or Stage. We found Stage. It was all worth it in the end. That is scary though. We'll play all you. Ramp with you. So we'll hit like 9 Mom and Kaido a turn early, which is very good. Let's see what he plays out with Teach, though. Or he just swings 5. I think I can counter this. Oh, I don't know. We'll take. Okay. Another 9 mom. All right. Because, yeah, I was going to expect a Weevil. Let's go here. Sanji Pudding, just too tempting. Let's see. I wish I had... we'll just ramp. I could have got back an extra Dom, but I kind of want him to 2k. But the Sanji Pudding is just very important because if I go to Lin Lin later, right, I can kind of get one back from using leader ability and Lin Lin, right? Where typically if you use Lin Lin and leader ability, that's going -3, so you're really putting yourself back. But if you get one back from the leader ability from there, then you're only going -2 for the whole combo, and it's a lot better. Here we'll try to combo out of maybe like 1 swing, but even so, I'm worried about a Pudding, but we're going to be at 9 mom anyway next turn. Other things to be worried about. And he could... A lot of Dofi lists are running more control, so we could see more Red Rocks or Grab Blades. Luckily, he can't bounce back my Sanji Pudding. Is he going to use Teach for leader ability? I think we'll hit 9 mom into Weevil. He does use, yeah, he does use that. Okay, so we'll take the 7, then counter out of the 6. Blocker, ooh, interesting. We'll go Jack, very good. That's tempting too. Well, 2k. Too much to think about because we just have a lot of options now. We'll go, I guess we can get rid of Kaido. We kind of want to prioritize just healing a lot. And we don't need Kaido so much to get rid of. We'll go 5 in there. I could keep myself at 10 Don though, for the chance of a Kuzan. That is tempting. But that's just kind of hoping for a top deck. Do I need to draw? Do I want to draw a card or do I want the chance of a Kuzan? Just a chance. I don't have a lot of counter in hand, just a couple of 1Ks, so we'll sure just draw a card, get an active back. Sasaki. Okay, it was a 2K anyway, but now if the next card is you know, oh wait, no, I'm silly. We have stage 2, so it doesn't even matter. Yeah, I forgot I had stage out. Too prioritized on the board. Forgot about the stage. Just chilling out there by my leader. So that's actually perfect. Now we've established big body. We can swing to anything, you know. This is where like the Jinbei ban becomes, right, like clear how kind of it hurt it, right? If he was able to have just another body on board at this point, that extra swing does add up, especially against 4-life leaders. If we do get Kuzan, that'd be really nice. He does have a lot in hand. So I kind of figured it'd be a bit longer of a game. I guess Sanji Pudding being a 7k, ooh, does help as well. Hopefully, oh, yeah, we'll 2 and 1. If he goes 9 again, that's rough, but oh, he doesn't. We'll play out Jack. Use the leader ability, go -2. Go here, get an active, and then another one. Oh, we can play a Brulee too, I just realized. And then we'll go Jack. Ooh, Kuzan. Yeah, we'll play out Brulee and then we can Kuzan next turn. So we'll get rid of our non-counter. Boom. Swing 5. And that way we kind of protect Sanji Pudding. But honestly, at this point, he's got enough value out for us, right? Yeah, just trying to chip away at his huge hand size. The 9. And then we'll play up roulette. Doesn't even matter about the ramp, obviously. Just a blocker to eat up a swing if he goes for board. Don't know. But yeah, the Kuzan, super good. If we really just want to protect Jack at that point because we can pop 2 things next turn. Yeah, that's rough. But that means our Sanji pudding is safe. Because if he splits and goes 7-7, we can counter out 1, block out the other. But he doesn't. He uses Sengoku. So is he going to use Teach for lead ability? I think 1. Okay. He could still play that out, right? Yeah. Nine. Yeah, we'll just block out. Oh, we can't. Oh, well. That's fine. He is... Yeah. Even if I didn't play out the Brule, it still would have been the same. Right? We can just go here. Pop you. Go down minus, draw a card. It's another one. Just get it back. Go 5 to get some counter out of his hand. Even if he red rocks the Kuzan, then it's essentially like we have another one, right? I assume he lets this go. But then he's in a rough spot as well. Either way, he's in a rough spot. Having to give up 3 cards. And then we'll pass. And we got a little bit more counter now. We're very healthy too for the matchup. Big swing. Sure. Sure. Blocker. Okay. Sheesh. Do I want to be rude and play out another 10 cost? Is that rude? I can pop the Weevil. Or can even pop... Well, I wish I just had a Jack, honestly. Because I don't really want a Big Mom. I'm too healthy and he's not swinging in my life because he wants to starve me out. But honestly, I feel like I'm kind of starving him out a bit better. We can pop the blocker. And if he has counter to go to... I don't know. Don't know. It's not really a good way to pop both of these without a, another body on board. Let's go. Let's see. Maybe he doesn't even want to give it up, like, or care about giving it up because he has not a huge hand size. He does. Okay. We'll go 10 drop. Another one. Sure. We'll go 5. Very expensive to KO 4 costs, I realized, but honestly, we didn't have that much of a better option. Draw. Got a Jack, so that's nice. And we'll pass. So next turn, we can just get rid of anything with Jack. If he's gonna try to starve us out. I feel like the Kuzans are a bit, harder to remove. He just needs a Red Rock or swing pretty big. We do have... Yeah, there goes the Red Rock. Fair enough. But now he can't get rid of the other Kuzan. So it's going to be at most losing one of them. Either way. But we might have been able to counter out of a big swing into one of them, depending on what he did. Oh, he gets it. He can, yeah. We'll just have to 2K. Yeah, I don't know if it's... That's crazy. That is crazy if I did do that. But we'll get rid of stage. Pop you. 3 Dawn. Let's go 5. I don't know. I don't think he was in the position to, like, starve me out. Like... wish I could pick up any of y'all. We'll go draw a card. Got a 2K. All right. And we'll pass. Right, with King's ability, if I'm at 10 Don, I can just always draw an extra card. So, like, the life doesn't really matter. We've had a pretty decent hand size around that 5 or 6 a return. We did lose a big mom to a 13K swing, but still. I don't know, because you kind of like do if you do if you don't. I guess if he swung with the law, we would have just pressured it with leader swing or anything, right? Goes 8 at us, no ability. Sure. Oh, okay. Yeah, he can't bounce anything really. Just my searcher. He's a 11 cost on board. Not gonna be a jerk and overly prolong the game. You know, we could clear board, but we don't really need to. GG. I think just a slower start and the fact we took second, our first, definitely helped us. And yeah, if he was able to rush us down, that would have been obviously, like, you can still very much flood the board with Dofi. It's just a matter of we did have a decent starting and he wasn't as aggressive. Don't know. But those are some games. Again, very fun leader. I love Sanji Pudding. It's such a fun card for this leader. I know everyone's probably like sick of it because green, purple, Luffy and all that, but like, look at this beautiful man and tell me what he did wrong in terms of using Sanji Pudding. He's an innocent man. He's an innocent man with luscious hair and a fiery background. His Altar leader looks so sick. It's so cool. But yeah, very fun to use the new support. Shout out to, I don't have the comment pulled up or remember the username, but shout out to whoever mentioned this back on my like set 11 King video, because this definitely is some very fun support. That 7K stat line, I feel like this would help a ton in set 11 as well. Just swinging 7K into that 6K stat line for a leader, but then like every good deck now is going to be a 7K leader with a starter deck. So it's like, what do we even deck build for? I feel like I want to take this time to talk about like some of the starter deck stuff that I've seen. Not everything's been revealed, so I don't want to like go heavy into it or make a video on it just yet. But all the decks, like not all of them, I don't think Buggy got a 7K leader, which kind of sucks. RIP Buggy, right? But so many decks getting to become a 7K leader is kind of wild. Because like, yeah, it's a great way to counterbalance versus the tier 0 meta of blue, purple Luffy, right? But if you can't become a 7K leader, you're just doubly kind of screwed. I don't know. I think it's interesting. I'm very excited to play the new starter decks. I've been talking about how I wanted to play the Yamato build for a while, right? Some definitely very fun and interesting decks you can build from them, not even just for their intended leaders, right? But some very cool stuff. However, I don't know. It seems like an interesting way of balancing around that kind of a meta, right? Because I feel like that's why they're releasing it early for us, right? We're getting kind of a universal release with this starter deck because, well, obviously they're going towards universal releases anyway, but it definitely will help our meta in terms of the blue-purple menace. Because I don't know if a lot of people were looking forward to a tier 0 meta again. I mean, even in EB02, it's kind of getting aggressive with how much green-purple I've seen. But it's an interesting gameplay strategy because then, again, if you're a leader that was already struggling against blue-purple Luffy and all of that, and you don't get support from the new starter decks, you're kind of just, you know, but again, it's a card game and balancing, they can't make every deck work. There's always going to be decks that is your favorite deck to play, but doesn't end up getting the support it needs, right? Like Robin didn't get that much support from it. Like, yes, there is the purple support, but it's not really tailored for her deck and doesn't work the best with it, right? So it's like unfortunate, you know, it's like you're already struggling against the meta and now you just, other decks got support over you that were already decent, or, you know, I don't know. Definitely an interesting way of doing it with all of the becoming a 7K leader for the turn. I don't know. I'm just gonna wait and see for all the star decks to come out and start making lists for myself and see how all the support meshes together. But yeah, I was looking forward to King in set 11, but I don't know anymore. I don't know if he'll have the opportunity to have too much of a chance, right? Who knows? Who knows? There's still hope. We can always have fun with the game. It's a card game at the end of the day, so you should have fun, right? Don't know. Let me know what you think of the King list, of like the star decks, the game, all this stuff down in the comments. Set 11. I know we went on a bit of a sidetrack here, but there is a lot of stuff being revealed, and when we're talking about building decks, it's definitely something to consider. Stuff that's coming up very soon, you know? So yeah, let me know what you think down in the comments. Anything you're looking forward to, not looking forward to, leave them down there. Leave a like, subscribe, and hope to see you on the next one. Bye bye.